Lining up the neck to the banjo is probably the trickiest part. I've had a lot of people that would ask me, you know, did I want to build one? And I'd say no, and then I'd finally say yes, and I'd quote them a price, and they say, man, that's too much, I'll build my own. And I usually say, yeah, that's why I put all those videos up about how to build your own, because I just, you know, I think that people should be building their own, because I'm going to charge way more than most people want to pay. But then I've had people write back to me and say, man, how do you get that neck lined up right? And I say, yeah, it's not as easy as you'd think, is it? So anyway, that's kind of where those things go. So what I've done is I have got the bolt through the bottom of the can. I got the neck on there. I think the alignment's going to be pretty good. I'm using this little ruler just to pull along the frets and try to get an idea of about how high my bridge would be right there. Plus there's going to be the crushing of the can. What I want to do, I want to put a couple of these things inside for weight. I've also found a couple of washers, heavy washers outside. I'm thinking I might put one of those heavy washers on the outside to give it weight, and then put my rigger tailpiece on that. I may also make a flat plate on the bottom of this just for weight. It's really going to depend on how much it weighs is going to be a big factor. How much it weighs and how well balanced that neck is. The neck itself seems to sit on the can just about right. I should have left that in there until I pulled it up and looked at it. Right here, the neck is sitting on the can just about right. I want the top of the fretboard to come about even with the top of the can over here, so that looks about right. If I screw these turnbuckles in to about ½ inch or so below that and have them inside the can, that's going to give me some weight. I don't know if one of these washers would fit through that hole or not, and I don't know if I want to make the hole bigger so it would. What I will do is I'll go ahead and put a turnbuckle on that and screw it down past where it needs to go. I'm calling them turnbuckles. They probably have a different name. I know old Mr. Comatose, he's real good with having everything be factual. He'll probably look it up He'll probably write an email. He says, you called them turnbuckles, but them ain't turnbuckles. Them is joining bolts. A turnbuckle is a blah, blah, blah. They were invented by Edward Buckle Turner in 1443. A turning bolt is a blah, 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 and they were invented by blah, 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 and they were used for blah. You know, he's the kind of guy, I like him a lot, but he's the kind of guy that he's like factual. He's very factual. And I joke around with him sometimes because I'm not very factual. You know, I'll call a nut a bolt, and I'll call a bolt a screw, and sometimes I turn my words backwards and inside outwards and everything else, you know. So he's all the time correcting me, and I'm all the time funning with him for correcting me. And of course that just eggs him on, makes him worse, then he does it more. All right, now that right, see, I do everything by eyeball. I don't do hardly anything by exactitude. Let me get me a couple of little wrenches and we'll snug those two pieces together.